welcome. It is Sunday. We're doing a happy hour. What's going on, everybody? It's myself, Jay. Got off kilter in the studio. Jimmy is here, making sure that everything is on the video. You know how he is. He's going to be the silent killer.
Not me.
And we are in the studio with
DMX.
Oh, well, I guess we're in the studio with DMX and his counterparts. It's kids these days. We're going to go down the line. We're going to start ladies first. So if you want to announce who you are.
I'm Macy Stewart.
Macy Stewart, not confused with the owner of Macy's. Macy Stewart. Who you are.
I'm Vic Mensa, a.k.a. the internet, a.k.a. the glitch in the system.
You know
what I mean? Nah, that's all I really have to say.
I was like, where's my watch at? And then we also got...
You know what I'm saying? You got your boy Brandon Marshall, play trombone here with kids these days. Check us out.
That's what's up. Trombone.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up.
Play trombone and wide receiver, man.
Wait, trombone and wide receiver.
You know what I'm saying? Sundays, you know, it's game day.
I'm just saying, though. You said trombone and wide receiver like they was just something that everybody would expect to be together, but I'm...
You know, they
still
don't know now.
Can you play... So you score a touchdown, you run over to the band...
Yeah, I'll direct them or something like that.
That would be hilarious, though. You should do that.
I might have to do that.
Not might, you have to. And then YouTube it. That's how you get famous on Instagram. You ask him, you take the picture of him doing that after he scores a touchdown. And they got the new Instagram where like Instagram has all the meme type of stuff. Like it literally plays like a small video. You have him.
You mean cinemagram?
Oh, whatever.
Take a cinemagram.
Instagram, cinemagram, it's all the same thing.
Very different things, bro. Cinemagram is a different world.
So, what are y'all doing here today? You want to let people know where they can find you?
Yeah, man, check us out. Follow Kids These Days on Twitter. Facebook.com/KidsTheseDaysBand, KidsTheseDaysBand.com. Catch us in the streets. We're from Chicago, but we're in the mall in Boston right now, you know what I mean? So, if you want to just run into the gods,
Playing
you can
bright
do so.
music tonight with Asher Rocks.
Oh, word.
Yes, sir.
Is he here with you guys?
I don't know where they at right now, but we was all dancing outside last night.
He will be here with us.
Alright. Yeah, we did that interview with him, and he had a thing with one of our interns. It was kind of, like, I don't know what's going to happen.
Like
they may be legal. Yeah, they may be like legal. And I was like, oh, okay.
Where's she at?
She's not here. Sorry, you got here with us. My bad.
He's talking about interns and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah, rather than been a whole female crew. Look at it. We're getting this. Wow, that's not fair. That's mean. I mean, I thought I looked pretty today. I tried. I woke up this morning and was like, maybe I should do my eyebrows. And I said, nah, never mind. It look okay.
Bro.
If I cut the lights out, I look good.
Your eyebrow.
I do. I look sexy with the lights off.
Oh, no.
Man,
who is Gag?
Gag order is what's about to happen to Sinbad in like 2 seconds. You can turn the lights back on, Sinbad. It's cool.
Somebody explain this whole gag thing to me, man.
Gag order is we're trying to be a show where you can't tell us not to say something. The only thing that we don't say here for the purpose of advertisers is cuss words. But if nobody's listening live, because I'm looking, making sure that I don't see anything live, you can say a couple. Just don't say the F word or the C word. How about
What's
that?
the C word?
It sounds like what you do in football when you can't make it. Yeah. You don't know. You're from Chicago. You don't know.
See you.
He's still
the first letter.
Okay, I got you. Now,
Anybody
that's not even like a
Common?
word in my vocabulary.
It's a real word though. But anybody ever tell you look like Common?
Maybe.
That's the
Like
best.
Common. I don't know.
Shave yourself bald. Let's try it.
Nah, bro.
You don't have freckles.
Hold on.
You don't have freckles. You don't look like that.
I'm about to hit y'all with that swag, bro.
He is light skinned. Alright, send back.
I'm shave myself bald. I've been bald.
But yeah, what I want to ask, because a lot of musicians nowadays, I know it's hot. I told you, they cut the AC on the weekends. It's a way to sweat everybody out. It's a way to make you lose weight. It is. You guys are true musicians. You guys have an actual band. How do you feel you are different than every other artist that tries to have a backing band when they do a live performance? What's the difference between y'all and, say for instance, Music Soul Child, he travels with his band, you know what I mean? What's the difference between y'all, and what's the unique kind of benefit you have working with each other, because you guys are actually instrumentalists as well?
I would say our show is like a dynamic trade between spotlights, you know what I'm saying? Whereas when you just have it's the music that we make, you know. So you have a solo artist, and that backing band behind them is still this artist that you're coming to see. You know what I'm saying? You're not coming to see the whole band. You might, if you know about the people he plays with, you might be interested in his drummer or his keyboard player or something. But really, you're coming to see Music Soul Child. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not coming to see his keyboard player, his drummer, his bass player. Whereas in our band, it's like everybody plays a lot more roles than just background music.
Yeah, I also think that, we've been together almost 4 years now, and that's not really a long time in these careers. It's kind of long, I guess.
4 years?
Not
That's a
But,
marriage. That's
I
an
mean-
education.
But I think that playing with the same people for 4 years, it really helps bring something to the music. I mean, we all know, like, if we're just jamming out, I kind of have, like, an inner eye vision into what Greg's going to do or to what Lane's going to do, and you can play off of that, so I think that kind of brings an extra element to our music.
And you trombone player?
The wide receiver, man. I'm not the trombone player.
Today is Sunday, my fault. No, but how do you feel, your insight into being a part of the band? Because you play an instrument, the trombone, for one, that it's so classified with classic music, like classical music, orchestral music, that it's just, how do you feel you play an integral part of what's happening here?
Well, with trombone, like, especially like just being with this band now, just like traveling, like trombone is like almost like so universal. Like a lot of these bands, like they have horns and things like that. It's not necessarily just classical, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was doing jazz like back in Chicago and things like that, but like a band like Rebel Buck, like alternative, they got dope trombone player, it's trombone shorties, you know what I'm saying? Doing like rockish type stuff, you know what I'm saying? You gotta trombone.
But a big love trombone.
He was
That
waiting to
wasn't-
say. He was just waiting to say. He was like,
Nah, I just thought of that, like, they do though, you know what I mean? Like, the girls definitely love trombones, I'm not gonna lie, dog. And I'm saying they do though, I'm messing with them though, that's one thing.
Do you think
I
it
don't
falls in the
people
same
would
category as
recognize.
violins? Because remember, violins were just deemed with classical music for a long time, and then suddenly
Definitely
somebody
rock
took it,
bands.
and they put it into music, and it made it urban, and it made it
Violins
mainstream.
are super hot though. It's a different type of swag though. I feel like the violin is still so much more of a delicate thing, whereas like the trombone is like an abrasive, like,
Not necessarily.
to
I
me,
don't-
that's how I see
Yeah, I
it.
don't think
I don't
you've
play
heard it.
violin,
Yeah,
she
you've
does.
never
I mean,
heard
I've heard violin in rock bands before. That's just, I mean, Lupe plays with a violin player. That's just
No,
my
I
personal
meant just
opinion.
like
Is
super
like,
rough, because sometimes the violin can just sound like.
I mean,
like
it as an
bad stuff when you
instrument
play it.
itself is super
It is a very
delicate, though.
delicate
That's what I
instrument.
meant.
Yeah, you can break.
See, I told the truth, trying to, you know what I'm
thought you
saying?
meant-
Trying to shoot me down out
No,
the
I
sky.
thought you meant like playing wise.
No, you could be.
The sound
I
it
know people
makes.
could be abrasive. There was the duo from, what was that?
The
show?
trombone is just
The-
super funky. It's a different flavor, that's all. It's just a way different flavor from a violin.
Is it? Do you feel? Wait, do you guys all write the songs together, or is it just one person that?
Yeah, we do.
So do you write something like when you're writing the songs with everyone? Do you write it so you can get kind of like the feel for what you feel the trombone can bring out in the song?
Well, yeah, I mean, like me and Nico, we just, try to just be inspired. That's basically what we try to do, like, simple as that. Like, we try to be inspired. Not even just a matter of, like, we're bringing up the trombone and things like that. I'll do that once we have the line. I kind of, elaborate with the line and things like that. But it's just, we trying to just, create something funky for the listeners to, some kind of vibe with.
Alright. And then, what's the biggest gig you guys have done so far?
Like the amount of people, or just like when
The one that just made
Big
you guys go,
listeners.
damn.
It's probably still Lollapalooza. I'd say.
Oh, really? Y'all did Lollapalooza. I tried to
Lollapalooza
do that
was
and it
dumb
didn't.
cracking. They just didn't vibe with you like that. And they put you on stage and yeah, Lollapalooza was super cracking, and that was our hometown too, so it was like, it was crazy. All the way crazy AF, you know what I mean?
That was my first time going, because I ain't never thought about paying for a ticket to
There it is, girl, I'm back up in this thing.
Somebody really needs to get shot, like with Ritalin or something.
Ritalin would only turn me all the way up, bro. I don't have Ritalin had me in this month.
Yeah, I wanted to ask, what was your wildest show? Because, I mean, you have a young lady with you, and it's like, what's your wildest show that everybody was just like, damn, when you guys walked away from
last
We just
night.
did a pretty. Last night was stupid. It was mad young girls in there, like little girls, dangerous, straight up, like super jailbait all over, yo, just roaming and like looking. But last night was wild because it was just terrible sound. It was a complete
I
show.
think it was put together by some
Horribly.
young kids.
Where was last night?
Danbury, Connecticut. So
It was
they
just
didn't
breaking
have
stuff,
professional sound.
doing
My
stupid.
mic didn't work the whole show.
Couldn't hear
Over a
myself.
mic stand.
They had a
knocked over his
radio-
drum set.
Radio Shack mic. We also did a crazy show in Chicago, like an actually crazy show. It wasn't just like bad. We just had our biggest show in Chicago that we threw. It was at the big theater that's like 15,000 people. We sold that mog out a couple days before the show.
Word.
And
Congrats.
yeah, love it. It was super dope though. It was crazy. It was it was people. It was so turned in there that after the show, I'm outside just talking to kids. It was a kid who just came up to me. He was like, "Man, I lost everything I had, but it was worth it." I was like, "Bro, how'd you lose everything you had?" He's like, "Somebody stole my wallet in the crowd with a wrench." He said they ran up on him with a wrench, like, "Give me your wallet."
People were still.
I would have just been like, you know what, never
Crazy.
mind. You have a wrench, sir. Until you figure this out, come back and try again. That's what it would have been. I'm not getting robbed by a wrench, please. It's not happening.
Until you get stabbed with that one.
A wrench, though.
You go
A
down.
screwdriver,
You're
I
not going down
understand.
to history after you get stabbed with a wrench.
What are you gonna? You
Trying
gonna
to
sit
be
there and try to
tough.
twist my fingers off? Like, what are you doing here?
What I thought he meant was that the kid ran up, stuck the wrench in his back pocket, grabbed the wallet, and removed
About some cartoon stuff.
Straight up.
Came up with an Inspector Gadget thievery kit.
Yeah.
All right, so it's usually we always ask the guys that come in because we usually have only like male artists. What was your wildest night with the groupies? But I want to ask the female, what was her wildest night with the groupies? Because females have groupies too. What was your wildest night groupie wise?
I don't really know if I have like a wildest night. I know one time there was a girl in Minneapolis and she was trying to buy me a drink for like a really long time. It was like for 20 minutes she was talking to me.
Are they overprotective?
No, just
Basically keeping it low, man. She holding back. She ain't telling you the truth, man. She not telling you the truth. Macy done had some wild nights with the groups, you know what I mean? With the groupies.
You gotta let loose. That's why it's gag or let loose.
Got to.
Let loose. All right. So what about your wildest
I'm
night?
trying to think about that. That's what I'm trying
Wide
to say.
receiver,
You know what
even
I'm saying?
maybe after a touchdown, you have
That's
a
what a
wild
lot
night.
of them, you know what I'm saying?
You break out the trombone. You're like, baby, let me talk to you real quick. Let me play something real quick.
Said, let me talk to you. He hit the nail on the
Right
head.
at home. Man, I'm trying to think. I don't know what the wildest night is.
Don't you have two other band members too?
Yeah,
You want to shout your other band members out?
Yeah, other band members.
You know,
Knocked out.
4 others.
Because it's like Wu-Tang.
Shout out to the team, man. I mean, say money.
And you said you had gigs coming up. You wanted to shout out your gigs coming up?
Yeah, yo, we got a big show. Our own show in New York City, Studio Webster Hall. That's December 4th. So if you listening and you got friends in New York, come check us out, man. It's gonna be super dope. We also have a gig. Like, I'm gonna bring up the itinerary. You know what I mean?
Don't say my because
No, I mean, I definitely
we're gonna
keep
be in
it-
Charlotte.
keep it right. I just wouldn't say nothing if I didn't have the info, but I got the info on Dizak. Studio Webster Hall, December 4th. Come rock with us, you know what I mean? The Note in Westchester, PA. The next day on the 5th, that's our homie Asher's hometown. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get him out to the show to come maybe have a special guest performance. We're going to be in D.C. at the Black Cat on the 6th. And we're going to be in Pittsburgh, PA at the Shadow Lounge on the 7th. So come vibe with us. All this information is available on our Facebook, facebook.com/KidsThesDaysBand. Chappelle.
And what about this? It's something just hit me, a question. There's a lot of artists that we had that come in, and they mentioned that people have so much hate towards them because they're YouTube stars that blew up. Y'all have hate?
We're not YouTube stars that blew up.
But
We I'm saying, do you have hate?
Yeah.
Definitely got some haters.
People been hating on us for a long time.
What's the reason behind it? I mean, because you guys are actually putting your skills to use. you created a band, you wrote your songs together, and you guys are performing, which is hard work and attrition. So what's the point in them hating? What are the things that they've been saying?
I think some people are mad that our new project doesn't sound exactly like the old project, which is really kind of bogus.
They were hating on our old project too. I mean, the first time we ever came out, people was hating. I mean, the different things they would say. What is this jazz? You know, I don't want to hear this. On the hip hop blogs, they'd just be, you know, hating about the different styles of music we incorporate. And then also, you know, I also myself have always gotten a lot of hate for just being a shining ass player. You know what I'm saying? And that's the truth though. They gotta hate on me. And they can hate for their various reasons. We from Chicago. We keep it all the way 100 realer. And you know, a lot of people. But
how does that make sense?
A lot of people don't. I mean, they don't. A lot of people want to classify genre and just pigeonhole things. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to do that with our stuff. So it's an easy in for people to be like, you know, it's some bullshit because it's not what I know.
Well, here's what I'm saying, because you're saying that people were saying, what is this, jazz or whatever? But if, again, you made mention earlier, Lupe Fiasco were to do something like this, people would be hating on him only to a certain degree and then be like, oh, it's Lupe, he's trying something new. Kanye would come out with a beat that has something like, you know, a bit of jazziness, and if it was that Drive Slow joint, everybody was like hating on it for like not even 2 days, and they were like, oh, I love it, it's the dopest track I ever heard. So, I mean, do you feel like you guys are in that same kind of, I think it's that, it's just you guys come from Chicago and everybody's not trying to give y'all love. I think
we get a lot of love. It's just that you gotta, I mean, I don't take it any type of way because I understand that people are hesitant a lot of the time to and just have trouble ingesting things that aren't familiar to them, you know. So when people hear something they've never heard before, there's a large percent of the population who will immediately write it off and be like, I don't know this, I don't recognize this. The sensor goes off and they hate, you know what I'm saying? And then there's people who in the end are gonna come out on top, who actually are open to new things and, you know what I'm saying, are more trendsetters, because most people are sheep, you know, and they follow and they will follow when they see the masses walking. But when they catch a little glimpse of something and they're one of the first, you know, there's a lot of people who will just hear something they don't know anything about and just be like, I don't know, scared. You know, people fear what they don't know. It makes sense. I'm not. That's human psychology. So I ain't tripping.
Yeah, and I think every successful artist needs to have some type of hate to keep them working. You know, if everybody loved you, you wouldn't have anything to really work for.
No, because you could be like all the other artists, the rappers that are just like, all right, now I'm just gonna talk about my money and the fact that all y'all love me. I mean, like,
who knows, bro? If I get a lot of money, I might just talk about money.
And
I mean, I ain't got a lot of money. I'm not lying to you.
Nah, well,
I wouldn't just talk about money though. I just
would
care
hope
about
not.
more things. I mean, but I can't. At the same time, I can't like speak on so much on people making that their only subject, because you know a lot of cats do this for money. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people start rapping to get money. That's not why I started rapping. That's not why I write. You know, but that's why a lot of people write. And so I don't know how it feels to wake up with mad bread every day, because I'm sure if I did, I would say things about it. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really be too mad at Miles, because maybe their level of thought, you know, consciously doesn't really go too much past that. Money on my mind, money is my motivation. That's the only thing you think about, then I understand.
But eventually you gotta grow up out of it.
I think about a lot more things than money, you know what I'm saying, on a daily, because I think there's a lot more to this world, but not everybody really tries to play that role, you know?
Yeah. So how old are you guys going down the line? How old are you?
I'm 19.
Okay, how old are you?
19.
And?
21.
Alright, wow. So you driving by alcohol for everywhere. I got it.
Say all that.
So what are you, Sinbad? 63. Alright. I wanted to ask, what's your next step personally? What are you doing from here on? Are you gonna ride with the band from here on out, or are you looking at school?
I mean, as for right now, I think riding with the band. You know, I mean, yeah. I mean, who knows? You know, far down the line. But as for right now, it's the band.
And what about you, common internet?
Internet, I'm definitely not going to school. I would have to fail at what I'm doing to go to school, which I don't plan on. You know, so I'm trying to get this money and make this music.
And like I was saying, you know, I went to the Amp University for like 2 years or whatever, but you know, like when we got really serious about doing this and like taking off for school and like grind, I was like, you know, I'm with it.
That's what's
I
up.
was with it from the beginning, so it's like I don't need school right now. Like school's always gonna be there. But it's like this is a chance of a lifetime, you know what I'm saying? Like to really make this happen, work for it. I mean, you know what I'm saying, we learning too down the line, like we learning a lot of stuff.
What were you studying at school?
Music education.
Oh, well then, never mind. I
I was
thought it was something
studying
different.
nothing.
Nah, I was studying music, so
I was in school not studying.
What would you study if you had to go back now because this isn't pan
I
out?
wanted to study like philosophy. I don't know, I might have done some psychology stuff.
You seem like a person that would be really deep in thought. And you're a rapper
Stay deep
too,
in
so
thought, bro.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So I would have done, but the thing about school was that like, never liked it, you know? Never really got along with authority and superiors and things like that. And but I know college is a different deal. But when it became time for that, you know, I was like, I was so far removed from caring at all about school, and I was doing a lot with the music that I didn't apply myself to applying in college. So I didn't really get into anything. And I wouldn't have just wanted to go to what I did get into. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't get into any schools that I wanted to go to. So, and I just had no intention of going to school. But
Alright, and what about you? What would you be studying?
Well, I was going to study classical piano performance, but I don't know if I would necessarily go back to school for music at this point. I mean, I don't know if it really interests me to go to school to study music. Like, I still want to take lessons and stuff, but I think I'd like to explore something else.
I feel like if you go to school for music, and this is nothing against you, but I feel like if you go to school for music, because we have a lot of Berkeley kids that come in and out of here, and when I got a Berkeley invite and checked it out, I was like, you're gonna have to structure everything.
It doesn't
It
make
takes
sense.
the love out of it. I'm like, I hate music. I
It
could
makes,
not
it
stand
makes
to
it so athletic.
you play something?
Nah, vocals and for like production. So I was more of a sit down behind a computer and throw samples together and mix stuff.
You got the hot tracks?
Not anymore.
No,
I got tracks. I got old stacks.
You
Yeah,
fell
he's
off the hot
now
tracks,
the
bro?
dude. Now I
Okay.
turn to him. You can
Big
throw
hot
him a
track,
sample.
man.
He'll cut it up for you, etc., etc.
That's what's
So-
up.
Las Vegas.
Yeah. Really? In the middle of this, just throw your.
It's
Yeah, I'm
Vegas,
talking
hot
about
track.
I'm saying though, but we could have said kids these days. You know what I mean? But you were just like Des Bangers. Let me throw my name out there. Sinbad. Watch him on Jingle All the Way.
I really got a feeling Sinbad is back there because I can't see anybody.
Yeah.
What's
Look
going
like
on,
Sinbad.
bro? I was like, yo, Sinbad.
I'm just talking to the wall. I'd be
Right.
crazy. I would be surprised if you didn't just get up and leave. Like, if there was nobody back there, man, there's some creepy stuff. And aside from this, aside from what you're doing as a band, do you guys have personal music things that you're gonna pursue? Like, do you guys have that? You know, maybe going solo. So let me go do my thing. Try this other project. Do you guys have any? You know.
Like on top of it, you know what I'm saying? Anything's kind of possible. But right now, this is, you know, this is like the foundation of everything. So it's like we're trying to, you know, get this together and then, you know, kind of just build up from there.
Yeah, sometimes when we're home, I mean, I write music myself. And sometimes when we're home, you know, I'll get a band together and I'll do a show. Or me and the bass player just have like a little tiny band that sometimes we play, you know, at DePaul functions. Just for fun, you know, like in the student center or something.
I make rap songs all the time, you know.
Do you feature on other people's stuff?
Yeah, I feature on people's stuff. I mean, I was making my own stuff before I was in Kiss's days. So I make rap joints. I definitely got some more tapes and music and stuff coming for the people.
Well, where you guys
For the
gonna be in
people.
5 years?
For the people.
I
For the people.
Who knows, really?
I'm trying to be caked up. Undoubtedly. Hopefully, I'm trying to be caked up.
I don't think anybody ever goes, you know what, in 5 years I plan on being homeless with a cup asking for change.
Yo, a lot of people do things that would lead them to
Yeah, I
not
know,
having
but,
no
but
money.
they don't
though.
see it coming though.
A lot of
the
people will
thing.
give you an answer that, you know,
Yeah,
leads
y'all
to
planning
zero
on
cash.
touring the world and stuff like that. How are you guys gonna avoid? Because there's been a lot of bands, and I'm gonna be frank with you. There's been a lot of bands that have gone on tours with people, and then they disappear. How do you guys plan on
Disappeared like off the
that?
face of the earth.
They just gone.
There's people that remember that group 303?
They're gone.
Yeah,
You mean the pop group?
they were 303. Gone.
You mean like the two guys who
Yeah,
made
the two
like,
guys.
what was the song called?
Can't trust a bro.
Yeah, Dress Me.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
nah, our homie, they were on our homie's label. Shout out to the homie Matt Gallup.
Yeah, but where are they now?
I have no clue. I think
Exactly.
they probably still make music though.
They
I don't
probably-
think they just disappeared, bro. Like,
Chromeo? Where's Chromeo?
Chromeo's super dope.
Still making
Chromeo actually is managed by our same, the same cats that manage us.
Yeah, but I'm saying, where they at?
I haven't seen them. I can't lie to you. I don't know where they at, bro.
So I'm just trying to say, how are you guys?
Just not throw them under the bus with it, but I don't know.
What are you guys doing that you feel is different than everybody else, so you don't fall the way of the?
So you don't fall off. I mean, you know, just trying to stay innovative and just trying to do new things. I think there's definitely a lot of our stuff that we have now, you know, that still hasn't been all the way understood or caught on to, but we're constantly, you know, trying to push the envelope and do something new to stay interested as artists. But then, you know, it's also important to recognize that this is a business too, and you know, connecting with the people that listen, I think is a huge key to it. And if you do that, as we do try to do, you know, starting with our home base in Chicago and then doing things like this Asher tour and, you know, going around the country, it's like we finish a show, a lot of cats get to loading out, you know what I'm saying, because we got a lot of work we have to do, but, you know, we don't just, that's not the end of the night, you know what I'm saying? You finish a show, and I think it's important to speak to the people who came to see you and to interact with these people and try to really reel people in. And also during shows, you know, we play a show that we play to entertain people. You know, so I myself, as the MC of the group, I do everything that I can. I know everybody else does too, to really captivate people, so that it's like, once we get you tonight, you know what I'm saying, 2 years from now, when you ask that person where are kids these days now, they're gonna be like, I follow them on Twitter, they're in Boston. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, just trying to stay tuned into the people and, you know, understand what the fans are thinking and just what the listeners are thinking, you know what I'm saying, so that they keep listening.
And do you plan on getting signed to a big label, or do you just want to be like, do your own thing and earn your money? Because I think that's the way that a lot of people should be. Personally, I say to a lot of artists, look, if you got a couple million views on YouTube, in theory, you should be able to go almost anywhere.
The mills, yeah, I mean, yeah, we ain't got no mills, you know, but, you know, we're trying to get those, and we're also just trying to do whatever's best for the music, you know. I think that whatever's the best, so I don't really know, you know, we don't really know at this point, but we're just basically running the course and trying to play the game to win, you know what I'm saying, so whatever the win is,
That's the wrong game.
we're there.
Like that's wrong game.
Because he got too
Because he
much
on
into
the field.
football. He just seen the way he looked at
Sunday,
it.
man, you know what I'm saying? You gotta turn up one time. What's in the game?
Talks. Who's hot? He's not, but you know me. I'm in the treetops, smoking on cushy. Got me in the clouds. You on that quiet? I stay with the loud. So don't worry about what I'm doing. I came to ruin like the ancient Aztecs, Azteca. I'm the home wrecker. Had your girlfriend at the crib with me. She getting real sticky. You know I get real illy. I'm from the Chi-Town city. That's where they raised me. Chicago Southside, 53rd crazy. You know your name, G. Ain't gotta ask it. The question when I'm smoking on this joint, if you passed it, tripped and fell into dimethyltryptamine. Trick my brain into thinking that I live a dream, a different scene. I write that nicotine. Niggas ain't equipped for addiction. I'm the prescription. Your girl smoking my antihistamine.
Word.
True.
Word. Do we do the
Bow.
I just had to do it for a second. I feel like you get on the radio as a
Nah, you gotta be able to
you
let
gotta
loose.
freestyle for a second.
We always, but the thing is, every time I have artists on here, we end up freestyling, and then I start freestyling, and he starts doing spoken word, and it just kind of gets out of hand.
All about kids these days.
He was talking about Rihanna. What's the message in the music? I'm like, yo, really?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Every time I hear your music, I think of blood. I was like, whoa. Okay.
Yo, Rihanna's songs all be just talking about how
I don't like Rihanna.
to smash. her. That's all she's singing about.
She's a hypocrite. She's a
She gives good directions. My man says that. All she do is tell how to hit it.
She tells, yeah, but at the same time, she also makes songs that, you know, about use chains and whips, but I don't like getting punched in the face. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you don't like getting punched in the face, but you make a song about chains and whips. Yeah, but how
I
you
think
gonna...
no matter what her music says, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, you still, she had bite marks on her, bro.
I mean, that's
Don't bite and beat.
No, that was probably. See, the thing is, when you
think he
look
was
at the
probably
timeline. Look at the timeline. The bites happened pre-punch to the face. Pre-punch. This was like, you remember the safety words and all that stuff.
He a sucker for that.
Yeah, he is. But here's what happened. Remember, she's into that roughness. That's what she admits being like. I like making rough love and all that stuff. That's what she's into. So that kinky stuff, she tried to just pass off like, oh, I got jacked up. No, your face happened in the car, but bite marks happen at home. Like you can't.
Yeah, that might be the real though.
That's what it is.
I don't know. That's all still. She ain't bring that upon her. Actually, I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking about this.
Well, hold on.
See,
See, because in my world, at first I was like, yeah, you shouldn't be punching. Like you shouldn't punch a female. You shouldn't punch whatever. But if a chick act like a dude, again, the bus driver that uppercut that chick. Look, he had to save everybody's life because she definitely made the bus jerk.
Blocked his ass.
No.
He
He snuffed.
No, I'm saying, but she stole him so hard first.
Yeah,
before
that
he
made
hit
the
her with
bus
that
move.
I'm saying that
Everybody's
he
right.
he had to clean her up, bro. He
That
had to
uppercut,
clean her
all I
up.
heard was Hadouken every time I look at it. That's all I did. She hit the floor. The thing is though, you can tell it's not her first time scrapping because she got right back
Right,
up.
that's what I'm saying. She got up.
I was like, I would never want to meet her on the street.
He threw her off the bus.
You can take a hit? I'm not even gonna ask, never mind. She looked like she might, yeah. She looked like she might hit somebody.
I'm gonna kill their ass.
This is why we can't let him talk sometimes. He goes on tangents. He goes on tangents. But shout out to kids these days for coming in. Thank you for coming.
Why body bands hanging with my coat?
But yeah, no, seriously, you guys are talented. You guys are hella dope. I'm proud of you guys for making this move. You guys are actually putting your mind to it. Said, you know, we're gonna focus and push forward. Came out with really classic sounds for your music. Came out with really eclectic sounds for your music. Still keeping true to what hip hop and music is. You guys have a really dope future. Just keep pushing forward. The haters are gonna be there. If you don't have any haters, like she said, you're not doing your job.
You ain't never been no cold ass. Niggas supposed to have been hating on you from day one.
Not everybody loves Raymond for real. That's the whole thing.
You feel
That's
me?
how you think about it. Not everybody loves Raymond for real. But seriously, thank you guys for coming out. Hopefully next time you guys are in Boston, you come out here. When you're in New York, we can still shout you out because we have listeners worldwide. We have a ton of listeners in New York too, so we make sure to keep spreading the love for you guys. Tweet us, spread the word, make sure that everybody gets on our page, make sure everybody gets on your page. We'll just keep doing that
I
back and
thought that
forth.
shit said gag or die, bro. I was
No. That would be a different show that happens later on tonight. But thank you guys for coming out. Seriously, the lovely lady. You want to say your name again?
Macy's.
And you want to say your name again? 16 names.
I am the internet.
And then your boy Brandon Marshall.
Brandon Marshall. I already sound like a football player.
I am a football player.
No, I'm just saying, you already sound like a football player.
I am. I was born.
Check our interview with On Air Gag. Why I gotta type out loud? I can't spell with those.